Better tools to monetize audio may bring back the importance of the entrepreneurial spirit to the music industry. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Death Beach, and today I want to bring you this article from Yahoo Finance regarding Guardian Fund and what they have to say about Spotify and music and audio in the future. They recently put out a letter, and this is from the letter. Now, I've only highlighted certain things, particularly things that correlate to music, that I want to offer commentary on. But before we get into it, the quote I read at the very beginning about the entrepreneurial spirit coming back to the music industry, well, I don't believe it ever left at all. I believe it's been alive and well. And many artists and producers are having very successful independent careers without the aid of labels and the larger music industrial complex, if you will. What does the future of audio look like? Well, Spotify, with 356 million monthly listeners, is on a mission to provide more monetization options for creators. One option for podcasters is to use Anchor and determine what is subscriber-only content. Anchor allows you to let's say you're a podcaster, you can have a bunch of podcasts that anybody can go and listen to, and maybe certain select ones you only want your Patreon subscribers or subscribers to your email list to be able to listen to. Anchor allows you to determine which ones are subscriber-only content. Through the Spotify Open Access platform, creators that have subscribers elsewhere will be able to let listeners hear the content on Spotify using the existing login system. It enables the host with a subscriber base to distribute using Spotify, yet retaining the client relationship. So again, this is another platform that allows you to utilize Spotify as your home base, but if you have subscribers from elsewhere, they can still access your content and they don't have to get a Spotify account. Spotify, in a way, is trying to become interoperable. By becoming an open platform, Spotify is moving away from the walled garden strategy that Facebook and Apple pursue. So along these lines, Facebook and Apple like to build their own self-contained ecosystems where Spotify is positioning itself to be able to plug into a bunch of other systems, or other systems can plug into it. I gotta be honest, not the hugest fan of Spotify, but this type of stuff does make me a fan, especially compared to Apple. I don't like the garden approach. You can never let anything new or innovative in, and I think that we should have the choice on the things that we want to use and interact with the people that we want to interact with in the way that we want to. So better software will help the audio market to become bigger. Of course, we know that. It's already happening. So today, streaming music is one of the cheapest forms of entertainment of all at about 10 cents per hour. Daniel Ek said, quote, "I believe an increase in value per hour is the most reliable signal we have in determining when we are able to use price as a lever to grow our business," end quote. Besides experimenting with price tiers, the quality and effectiveness of targeted advertising is getting better, and new technology will enable long-tail advertisers. Then there are other Lollapalooza effects coming from, for example, digital stable currencies enabling many people without access to mobile money, bank accounts, or credit cards to pay for a Spotify subscription. Think about that. A whole new world of people being able to access Spotify that were not able to before because they didn't have the right money or the right paperwork, right? This is what blockchain is going to be bringing. Decentralizing everything, permissionless systems, anybody can join anytime. You have to have the money to pay for something. If you don't, you can't pay for it, but you don't get kicked off the network. And I think that is the issue here. People losing bank accounts, losing access to money. This is going to be fixing all of it, and Spotify realizes this, and so they're going to be allowing people to pay with stablecoins. So here we see better tools to monetize audio may bring back the importance of the entrepreneurial spirit to the music industry. This means making decisions where to optimally spend advertising budgets to be discovered and to measure the returns on an ad spend, as well as optimizing strategy based on data generated by direct client relationships. Okay, regular speak, you need to be able to look at a chart and understand how to read it so you can best effectively spend the money that you're spending on ads, so if you're so choosing, or you can look at your data and figure out how to best engage your audience. Today, most musicians neither have access to the relevant data nor entrepreneurial incentives to come into action to monetize their creation. I think it will change when creators do not need gatekeepers anymore because they have the tools to be in charge of their brand. We are going to see new strategies to monetize the superfans. For instance, a musician can partner with a TikTok star to use the music with a video, pay Spotify to be included in a playlist, use analytics to play on concerts, sell tickets, share content, merchandise, do podcasts, Clubhouse, YouTube, and all the things we cannot even imagine today, yet will be normal in 2030. Very futuristic perspective, looking ahead, playing the long game. I'm hoping the things that I'm talking about in all my videos are beginning to become clear. Now is the time to begin planning your run-up to 2030. It's where everything's pointing towards. 2025, I think we're going to see some very big things globally as far as the financial system. But from 2025 to 2030, everything else is going to be different. Everything else is going to be changing. Entertainment is going to be radically changed. Creators' ability to monetize their content radically changed. Spotify has 158 million paying users, which is more than twice as much as the second player, Apple, with 72 million. Spotify can monetize content creation and acquisition among the larger user base. Recent investments in Locker Room and Green Room mark the start of live audio and social engagement. All of this is creating exclusive and differentiated content that will increase engagement. This is what I've been talking about. Building your world, building your community, and engaging with them. And this is what Spotify is now talking about. They don't mention, I'm going to give it away, they don't mention NFTs anywhere in here, but you are absolutely crazy if you don't think NFTs are going to be making their way into the Spotify realm. Music streaming subscribers is likely to grow from about 400 million to over 1.5 billion in 2030. Again, the 2030 number. The revenue share of streaming as a percentage of the music industry, also digital and physical, will grow from 66% to over 90% by 2030. Basically, what we're going to see is a decentralization of where all the payments are going to. Now, Spotify is one of the most underrated companies we know. And you can see here they close it out with, Spotify is one of the more underrated companies we know. I think everybody right now in all parts of the world, in all industries, are very laser focused on what's happening right now. And I mean, there is definitely crazy stuff happening all over the world. But we need to be forward thinking. This is what I'm always talking about. These are emerging technologies that are going to dominate industries in the future. And 2030, everybody's pointing to 2030. The UN is pointing to 2030. The World Economic Forum is pointing to 2030. Spotify is pointing to 2030. Guardian Fund is pointing to 2030. Everybody is pointing to 2030 for all these things to be commonplace. But over the next several years, people are going to be experimenting and adapting these technologies. Now, if you thought any of this information was helpful, please smash the like. Please hit subscribe, bell notifications on. Any questions, thoughts, drop them down below in the comments, and I will see you next time.